Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitz from ATF Gaming and welcome to F1 2018 Career Mode. So this is the first time we're doing a career mode as a recording, and it's the first thing I'm doing in F1 2018. The game just came out last week and I'm looking forward to doing a career mode playthrough for you guys. I have some ideas to how I'm going to do this, but a lot of this is just going to be off the top of my head. So I am looking forward to this, especially if the multiplayer championship kind of dies, which it is starting to lean towards. I'm glad to have something else to bring to you guys F1 related. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into the career and see what we need to do here. Alright, team selection. Now you need to select a team to race for. Each team has different expectations and conditions, so make sure you choose carefully. So, we could just start up high, but we're not going to. Um, we're going to start pretty low, honestly. I've been thinking about doing Force India, because that's the team that just recently got bought out. And is now Racing Point Force India or something instead of Sahara. So I've been thinking about doing that. I've also been thinking about doing Toro Rosso, um, but I think I'm gonna go with Force India. Um, and I want to be teammates with Esteban Ocon. Right. All right. So not much selection here. We're gonna do full qualifying. Um, we're not gonna do formation lap and AI driver difficulty. We are going to do on 80. We're gonna do 80. We might lower that eventually, but we're gonna do 80. We're gonna make this a little bit challenging for us. Flashbacks on. We are gonna use flashbacks. Parc Fermé off. Vehicle damage. We're going to do reduced vehicle damage. Safety cars are on. Regular corner cutting. Race starts are assisted, yes. And then here are the assist settings. We have braking assist on medium, full traction control. We will have the dynamic racing line and pit assist as well. And we are also going to have ERS on automatic to start. Eventually, ERS is something that's new in the game. It's basically battery control. But eventually I will start doing manual there, but for now I'm not very familiar with it, so we will do automatic. But that's pretty much it for this menu. Let's advance. See what we got happening in the world of F1 here. Australia's the first race. That's been that way for a long time, but I assume we're going to have like a cutscene sort of thing here.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
I noticed that there was some... The lips weren't lining up with the text.
Here,
now they
we've
are.
got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
That's the plan. That's what we do here at ATF Gaming, make everybody else look good. Alright, so here is our overview.
Welcome to your new team.
Oh.
Force India have spent the last 10 years or so building themselves up from a backmarker to a very real force to be reckoned with. They're ambitious and resourceful, and they'll expect you to be the same.
You know, I completely forgot to look at what the requirements were for this team. Maybe it'll
Here
tell
you
me.
can see the pertinent
Oh.
details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Alright, so we got expected qualifying and race position 14th. I think that's doable. Here's performance. Yeah.
Winning rivalries is a great
yeah.
way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Alright, okay. And we've accomplished nothing yet. Oh, we got 6 messages here. Welcome to the team between yourself and Esteban. I'm sure we can have a fantastic season. My door is always open if you need anything. That's Dr. Vijay Malayaya, who I believe is the one who sold the team, so he's technically no longer in charge of the team, but we'll go with that. Tutorials available. As I've mentioned before, keeping on top of research development is critical to improving the car's performance. You also need to actively manage the limited supply of gearboxes and power unit components throughout the season. You can find detailed explanations there. Yep. Contract summary. Attached is a summary of your current contract terms. Make sure you pay close attention to your qualifying and race objective, which we discussed earlier. 14th. Goals update. Here's a look at the details of your latest team goal and try to work hard to complete it. Doing so reflects well on you and will help the team with their development resources. 13th or better here. Okay. I can do that. Here's Carl. He was the manager that we just talked to, I believe. I attached a preview for this weekend's Grand Prix. If you have any questions, come see me in the data center. And then Jeff. The weather looks good for Australia. Perfect. Alright. Let's just head off straight into... well, actually, let me talk about how I'm going to be doing this. You guys will not see any of practice. I'm going to do practice by off screen. I'll show you guys the results of practice. And then qualifying is going to be similar. Since we are doing full qualifying, it's going to be 3 rounds of qualifying. So I'll show you guys like my hot lap for each one. And then the race, obviously. So I will see you guys at the end of FP1.
Welcome to our viewers from around the globe. You join us just as today's practice session for the Australian Grand Prix is about to start. Welcome then to all our viewers and of course to Anthony Davidson as well. Now Ant, I wanted to ask you, obviously there's a lot of hard work involved in these sessions, a lot of simulations as well. Is this something the drivers enjoy or is it just a routine that becomes a chore?
There's nothing routine about driving a Formula 1 car, I can tell you that. 300 kilometers per hour down the straights, 4G through the corners. It's hard to ignore those forces acting on your body. It's lap after lap of hard, exhausting work. You always enjoy driving these cars. It's a real privilege. Although I must say, if you're having a day where you can't get the car to do what you want and it's generally underperforming, then it's a lot harder to stay motivated. But never a chore, no. Even if you're having a tough start to the weekend, at this point you know that if you work hard at it, there's still an opportunity to turn things around. In the unforgiving world of Formula 1, free practice session...
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt?
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3, who are Verstappen, Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula 1 action very shortly.
Alright, so FP1, we were 9th. Which, considering our teammate was 16th, I'd say that's a good effort. We did the track acclimatization program and we did the race strategy program. And then next section we're going to do the qualifying and one of the 3 management programs. So But Verstappen leading practice, that's a little unusual, at least for me, because I'm not used to him being that good in these games. But then we got the usual Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. So yeah, let's. I don't think there was anything in the race director. Nope. So let's head off to FP2.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
Yeah, I'd say we are.
What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more?
I'm going to bring home points.
Great! Well, that's everything.
Thank you. So that's one of the new things in this game versus F1 2017 is the interview process. So I appreciate that aspect of it.
Okay, hope you brought something to read today. There's an issue in the fuel system. We don't think it's anything terminal, but it is going to take some time to investigate and repair.
Great. 4 minutes to do a fuel system fault. So, great. Guess we're going to have to wait a little while before we can do anything.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Hamilton, Bottas and Sebastian Vettel. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Alright, so I did not do as well that practice session, mainly because I didn't do a qualifying run unlike everybody else. I did both my tire saving and my fuel saving run. I'm slightly concerned that everybody did a qualifying run. I didn't really look at the weather. It said weather was going to be fine. But we're 13th, our teammate's 10th. I'm not too worried about it, honestly. But let's move on and see if we have an interview to go to. Nope, no interview. Alright, so resource points. I did have to use a couple flashbacks in order to avoid damaging the car. But that's fine. But we got some more resource points. I should be spending those, actually. So let's actually look at that now. Let's look at our research and figure out what we want to go for here. So what do we struggle with the most? Where will it say that? So we're not too good in aero. We're really good in power, so that's not an issue. Not too good in chassis and durability, I'm not worried about. So it looked like aero was the main thing. What are they recommending?
I recommend we could go for something like this.
Yes, and that was the direction I was hoping for as well. So that's going to cost about half of our points, but...
What do you think of this one?
I think that's a good option as well. Do we have enough for another one? I mean, it depends on the upgrade, but we'll save it for a bigger upgrade. Alright, so let's head off to FP3.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Verstappen, the Professor, and Kimi Raikkonen. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
Oh, I love that I made myself the Professor. But also, I love the fact that I'm actually high enough on the leaderboard to hear my name called. The fact that I'm second, granted, we did use our Ultra Soft for our qualifying run, and I don't think many other people did. No, Hamilton didn't use Ultra Softs at all. Ocon was last. So, that, sheesh, Bottas didn't even use Super Soft. He just used Soft, so... Don't get too excited by that. I don't think there was anything in the race director. Nope. So don't get too excited by that. But I love the fact that I made myself the professor. I could have been the scientist. I think that was the other option I could have chosen. But they didn't have Aaron, so that's what I went with. Alright, let's see if there's an interview before we head off to Q1. Alright. So the way these qualifying sessions work, we really got to get it done on the first lap. Because we have to manage our tires. So we need to get it done on the first lap. And I'm not off to a good start. But this is Q1. Please, whoever that is, don't come out right in front of me. Of course he is. So that ruins that lap pretty much right away. So we'll have to probably come out again. But I would like to think that Q1 isn't going to be as difficult as Q2 as far as making it to the next round. I think you can definitely get to Q2. Q3 would be great, honestly, but let's at least get to Q2. And that's not how you do it, folks. Let's just use a flashback there, honestly. So I'm probably going to have to come in and do a second lap after we cool down the tires a bit. Which is unfortunate. Well, maybe we can do a second lap now, I don't know. I don't know what the fuel situation is. I apologize for the glitches. I don't have the graphical setting quite right yet. So I apologize for that in advance. Oh, DRS, dang it, missed it. So we're definitely going to have to do a second lap here, I think. And we'll just do it right now, honestly, because we have enough fuel. I don't think that's going to be an issue. But let's see where that puts us. Alright, so we're behind Alonso. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get us into Q2 or not. So I'm just going to do it again. I accidentally pressed the DRS button twice.
You've dropped to P4.
Thanks for the info, Jeff. That wasn't a good lap if you didn't notice, so let me try to get an actual good lap down. That was the best sector 1, and that was the sector that we did really well in practice as well, so hopefully that'll propel us to a better qualifying effort here.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Alright, we'll have enough to finish this lap. DRS almost missed it. Kind of did, but... Alright, let's see where this puts us. This is going to be a lot better. Alright, we're ahead of Alonso, behind Ricardo. I can accept that. Go back to the garage. Alright. We'll accelerate a little bit here. Just keep our eye out. We need to be in the top 15. That's all we need to do right now. So I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Esteban, on the other hand, might have a bit of a struggle. Okay, we're falling down a little bit. Esteban's going to be close. We'll see if anybody leapfrogs him or not. But we're going to be fine. I'm not concerned about us. I just want to see what if Esteban can get in there or not. And it looks like he does. Yeah, he actually improved his lap there at the end. So we're 9th. So if we can keep that pace up, we can make it into Q3. There we go. Anything in the race director? Doesn't look like it. Max Verstappen seems to be very fast here today. Some people use their super softs there just in case. Also, the weather is a bit cloudy. Alright. Let's get out there. We do have somebody right in front of us, which I'm not a fan of. Hopefully it's someone relatively fast, or somebody who we can get around extremely quickly. Looks like it might be Alonso. It's possible. Excuse me. Definitely getting very cloudy. I just missed the ZRS zone. Dang it. I don't like the new DRS meter in this game versus 2017. I like the other one better. More visible. Oh, just hit the bollard. Our teammate's on the pole for the moment, but I have to believe that's going to change. I missed the DRS zone yet again. Alright, we need to be ahead of Alonso, realistically, if we're going to have any shot of making it into Q3.
That's P4. You've moved up to P4.
That's a little fishy, honestly. Let's do one more. Whoever this is in front of me is staying in front of me, so that's concerning. It must be Carlos Sainz or some, either one of the McLarens or one of the Renaults. Oh, I just messed up that.
There's only one lap of...
Let's try that again. Still didn't do it great. And it kind of cut the track there a little bit. Apparently that was a good sector 2 for us. But we're not improving on our lap time, which is incredibly concerning. Just bring it in. Just bring it in. That'll give us more time.
There's a huge amount of...
No, that'll just give us more time to make a second run. Which I have to believe we're going to have to do. Because we're not in good position right now. And we still got 3 fast guys to go out. So accelerate the time a little bit. We'll go out with 7 minutes. Alright, go out. Nope, I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Nope. Nope. We're not making it. Do I have enough fuel for one more lap? Yeah, we'll have to do one more lap, but these tires are trash now. We'll give it one more shot. Nailed that DRS zone for like the first time ever. And totally blew that corner. And that probably well, we're still ahead of our Delta. Nailed that DRS zone, but we pretty much blew it in those last set of corners. Yep, we're down. We're not making it to Q3, unfortunately.
Our best lap so far is a 1:25.8.
But if we can start 11th, I think that's going to be fine. That's how achieves our objective. But yeah, we are the first one out, to be fair. We were actually really close. So if I'd been able to nail that last lap, I think we would have been in really good shape. But we're going to start 11th. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. So we are one ahead in our rivalry with Esteban now. Good for us. Got some more resource points. Yip-de-doo-da-day. Decent qualifying effort. Some teams are happy, some teams aren't. But now all we have...
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Well, thank you, Emma. Now all we have to do is the race itself. Let's go.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21 race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21 race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Magnussen, the Professor, and Roman Grosjean, Hartley, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Van Dorn, Leclerc, Sirotkin, Fernando Alonso, and Marcus Ericsson. Sainz, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So we had 2 people in front of us take grid penalties, so...
You qualified higher than we were expecting, so see if you can keep this position in the race.
So we are actually ahead of where we had previously qualified by 2 positions. Alright, race strategies, we know how this works. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do that. Will give us some extra fuel in the car. But not much, honestly. And keep the car set up the way it is, and let's go racing. Alright, not a good start. Not a good start at all. Oh, we got into a couple people there. Yep.
Not the start we were looking for, but it's not over yet. Stay focused.
Gotta remember we have damage on here and you can't be doing that.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Alright, that was a pretty crappy start, honestly. That was a pretty crappy start. But let's try to recover a bit now. I say if we can get points, we'll call that a success at this point in time. And I think that's going to be our goal, getting points. But yeah, that was not a good start by me. They weren't showing me the instructions, so I was a bit confused. And again, we got the slight graphical glitches, which I'm not a fan of at this point. Alright, I'm going to try to outbrake him here. Okay, that's a flashback moment. I know I probably shouldn't be doing that, but at this point I need to be smart about this. We're not going to try to outbrake him. But I think we'll have plenty of time to catch him. The next lap DRS should be activated, so that'll help. Oh, that won't.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Oh, we got a caution. Actually, that's Ocon. That's our teammate.
Okay, clear.
Who just completely ran into me. Yeah, what was I supposed to do there, stewards? That's my second collision warning now, unfortunately. Oh, there's another caution. That might be behind us, though. Yes, it is. Alright. Yep, Ocon's out of the race. So what happened to him? That's a little concerning, considering that is my teammate. Also got DRS, so we're going to use it.
Esteban is out of the race.
Yes, I was notified of that about 5 minutes ago. Would you care to tell me what happened? He's still sitting out on the track.
Approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
I'm not catching up to him, even though we've gotten DRS in all 3 DRS zones. So I'm going to go into Rich because we got a huge line. We have a freight train of cars right here. If we could take advantage of that, we'll be in really good shape. Lewis Hamilton's out of the race. That's big. That is big. We're also going to get past here.
This lap, so push now. Caution, caution. The virtual safety
No!
is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
No, if that could have happened just a little bit sooner. That's not good. Because now everybody else would have made their pit stops while we're under this.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta
Okay.
until the green flags.
At least that wasn't that long ago. Come on!
Drive-through penalty. You have a drive-through penalty. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
It gave me a warning. Gave me a warning all the other times. Well, our race is over. Because I don't know, I assume we're going to take the penalty now. I assume we'll take the penalty. No, we're going to do the tire change now. And a wing change. And we're going to get blocked in. And we still have to come in for a penalty.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Well, this is a miserable situation. I really wish they hadn't changed the wing.
Okay, some information on Van Dorn. They seem to have an issue.
Yeah, I have an issue too.
find some information on Grosjean.
Oh my
They're
God.
slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Alright, well, I mean, if all these people have problems, then I might be able to get points after all. Yep, I'll be serving my penalty now. God, that's annoying. It's so unbelievably annoying. We're now the last running car, it looks like. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Well, this race is pretty much a throwaway now. So I'll see you guys later. Alright, we've caught up to the back of the pack. We got one lap to go. Well, we're coming to take the white flag, and we've caught up to the back of the pack somehow. I've been gaining about 2 seconds per lap. So we're in good standing to possibly make up a couple positions. Alright. Let's try to pass 2 and not 3. How about that?
This is your final lap of the race.
Okay, actually 1. We'll say 1's good for now. But if I think if I time this right, I could get by all 3 of these guys. Problem is, there's not a ton of passing places on this track. Well, Sebastian Vettel's already won this race. But we're trying to get a top 15 here, I think would be a reasonable goal.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon.
Alright, well, it looks like 15th is all we're going to get. I'll try to make a run on Leclerc here, but I don't think it's going to happen. Nope. Well, a 15th effort considering our penalty, I mean, I'll take it. But it's not what we were hoping for in our first race.
Rubber and bring it home.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, not what we were hoping for there. Not what we were hoping for. Also, holy glitch fest at the end there. Let's see what they have to say about the race.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the Prancing Horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari, on the top step once more. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian Vettel takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to say Carlos Sainz. It was probably one of his best drives this season, and I was thoroughly impressed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari move to the top of the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
Yeah, with Ocon not finishing and us not getting points, we are tied for last in the Constructors' Championship. So, not a good race for Force India. Not a good race at all. But I assume there's going to be some sort of interview that we'll have to accomplish before we call it a day.
Bad luck out there today. What do you think went wrong?
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
We'll go with that, honestly.
You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there?
Great. Well, that's everything.
I wasn't pleased with the options in the first question, so unfortunately that didn't help our cause, but oh well. But let's see where we're heading off to next. It's either Bahrain or China, I believe. Can't quite remember. But definitely helped us in the rivalry, considering Ocon didn't finish the race at all. But yeah, not a good race for us, not a good race. We do get some resource points, however, which is good. Our reputation definitely took a beating there. That's for darn sure.
Commiserations on that result. It's been a tough weekend.
It has. But it looks like we got a challenge next, so we'll do that in the next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.